Hey guys, Sak here from SAKITECH, and in this video what we're going to do is we are going to be unboxing this iPhone 11 in red color right over here, and also we'll do a first time setup and a quick review of this smartphone. So let's dive in and get started. So let's lift up the box really quickly and see what's inside. Boom! So we have that red iPhone 11 right here. With the dual cameras right over there. So let's grab this real quick and put it to the side and see what's in the actual box. So I'm going to lift it up from here. I'm going to put it right over there. And over here we have the user guides and everything like that in this little package. Then we have the actual earpods. Of course, these are with the cable. Okay, so these connect to the lightning port of the actual device. And then we have the lightning cable right over here. And of course, the 5-watt charger in the iPhone 11's box, and that's everything that we have. Now let's divert our attention to the product right over here, the red iPhone 11. Okay, now this happens to be my favorite color from the collection of colors that they do offer. So let's do a quick tour around the device. Now again, real quick, we do have the dual cameras. We have a standard camera right over here, and then we have a super wide angle lens, and then we have the flash right over here. So those are the camera options you get on this smartphone. And then at the bottom, real quick, let's take a look at what we have. We have the speaker grills here and on the other side, and of course we have the lightning port right over here, and that's all we have on the bottom. We do not have a headphone jack with these phones. Over here we have the volume down, volume up, and the mute unmute button. All right, on the top we've got absolutely nothing, and on this side we have the SIM card tray where you put the actual SIM, as well as the power button. Now this is the power button, and this is the actual SIM tray. Now beyond that, we don't have anything else going on. Now let's turn on this device and see what's happening. Let's set this up for the very first time. Alright, so here we have our phone. It's turned on for the very first time. So let's see what it wants us to do. So let's swipe it up. It's asking us to swipe up from the bottom here. So swipe up, and the very first thing is you have to pick a language. So let's pick a language and then select your country or region. I'm going to tap on United States, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up manually by tapping the Setup Manually button. So let's tap on that as well. Alright, so the next step is to pick a Wi-Fi. You do have the option to connect this to a Mac or a PC. You can do all that stuff as well, but I'm just going to connect to my Wi-Fi right away. So let me dump in my password. So we are good to go with that connection. Just give it a couple seconds. Boom, we're good to go. May take a few minutes to activate your phone. Let's wait for that also. We're good to go with that. So data and privacy, I'm going to click on continue. Now it wants us to set up the Face ID. I'm going to skip this. Basically just click continue, and you're going to scan your face, and that's going to set up Face ID so you can use your face to unlock your smartphone. So I'm going to click on setup later in the actual settings. Alright, now it wants us to create a passcode. So what I can do is I can either create a passcode or tap on the passcode options, and I can say don't use a passcode right now, or create a custom 4-digit numeric code. So let me do the simple one right here. So I'm going to tap 000. Use anyway. It says very simple, but it's okay. We're just using this as an example. So we're good with the passcode. Let's continue. Just taking a couple seconds to set this up. All right, next step, if you want to restore your phone from a previous backup, you have the option to restore from an iCloud backup, restore from a Mac or PC using iTunes, move data from an Android smartphone, or don't transfer anything and set it up as a brand new device. Now, if you tap on any of the other options, it's going to give you the exact steps to do. All right, so I'm going to say don't transfer apps and data. We're going to set up a brand new device, and of course you do have to log in with your Apple ID. If you don't have an Apple ID, make sure you set one up. All right, so we're good to go with that as well. And then accept the terms and conditions, click on agree, and it may take a few minutes to set up your Apple ID, but we should be good to go in a few seconds. Alright, so you can go with the express settings if you want to. Just click continue. I'm going to customize them so you can see exactly what's happening. So keep your iPhone up to date. That's fine. I'm going to click on continue. And then location services, I'm going to enable these so I can use certain applications that track your location, such as the Maps application. So I'm going to enable that as well. And then finally, it wants me to set up Apple Pay. Now this one I'm going to skip for now, and I'm going to set it up later in the wallet. And then click on that, and I do want to access Siri, but I'm going to set this up later as well. So if you click on continue, it allows you to set up Siri as you please. So let's click on this one as well, set up later in settings. So let's tap on set up later in settings, And then screen time is something you want to work with if you want to. It allows you to track how you're using your iPhone, whether or not if you're wasting too much time on playing games or using social media apps. This app is going to track all that stuff. So we'll set this up later in the settings as well. iPhone analytics, I'm going to share them with Apple. And then what we have here, share these with Apple as well. And then we have a true tone display on this phone. So basically the iPhone automatically adapts to ambient lighting conditions to make colors appear consistent in different environments. So without the true tone, that's what you get. With the one, this is what you get. So there's a very subtle difference, which is hard to pick up on the camera, but I would prefer to keep the true tone actually enabled. All right, so I'm going to keep that on, click on continue. And the appearance, do you want the light mode or do you want the dark mode? Okay, the dark mode gives you a nice dark background that's going to be easy on the eyes, especially for nighttime. I'm just going to go with the light version right now, so it looks better on the camera. So let's click continue. Then you want to go with the standard zoom or a zoom version. So if you go with this one, you'll see more things on the iPad, on the iPhone, okay? With the standard, the icons are going to be slightly smaller, so this is going to be based on your preference. I'm just going to go with the standard for now. Click on continue, and we are in fact good to go. Swipe up from the bottom edge at any time to go home, all right? Switch between recent apps. I'm going to show you all this in a second. So let's go over here. Welcome to the iPhone. Swipe up to get started. And we are in fact good to go. So real quick, let me say not now. Let me go to the settings real quick. I'm going to go to my display right over here. And I'm just going to make sure I set this to 2 minutes so it doesn't turn off every 5 seconds. All right, so if you're within an application and you want to go home, you swipe up to go home. That's it, all right? And if you do have multiple applications running in the background, let's say this one over here, you can switch between them just like this. That's what it was talking about a couple seconds ago. And if you pull up, you can kill applications just like that. So that is absolutely fantastic. So that's it. That's the iPhone 11, and we have iOS 13 running on this product. So if I go into my general, if I scroll all the way down, actually if I go up over here, go to software update, boom, we've got iOS 13.0. And we talked about some of the features of this product, of the iOS 13 on this phone. For example, if you go to the display right over here, you have the night mode, the dark mode, and the light mode. You can switch from here. So that's basically all there is to the iPhone. You have the iOS, you've got the two brand new cameras, and of course you've got that A13 Bionic chip that is one of the most powerful processors on the market, and it's going to give you an amazing experience as you play games. Now if you go to Apple Arcade, you can actually try this free for 1 month and play all these games with no ads, with no in-app purchases, with Apple Arcade. So you can try that out immediately to see how good the phone is when it comes to playing actual games. But you do have a notch on the top here. That's something I personally don't like, but a lot of people don't care about it. But the notch does house the Face ID system that we talked about right over here. So let's go inside, and over here, if you want to set up Face ID, if you skipped it in the beginning, you can tap here, and that's going to start the Face ID setup process. Let me cancel that for now. All right, you can do that. But I'll let you know, it feels really nice and snappy. Now, I do have an iPhone XR somewhere here, and that is also very fast and snappy as well. But this one feels slightly faster, and of course, that is normal because it's the newest phone with the newest processor. And if you go to the camera application and you go to the photo mode, you have the portrait mode, photo, video mode, all these things. If you go to the photo mode, you can tap on this one to switch between the wide angle lens and the regular standard wide lens. Okay, so you switch between them from here. Now, if you swipe over to video, I want to share something very important with you guys for those of you who are brand new. So we have the video here, but if you want to change the way the video records, you have to go into the settings, all right, scroll down, and then go to the actual camera app options. And from here, what you can do is you can go into record video. You tap on this one, and then you can change the resolution and frame rates from here. So if you want to record 4K at 60 frames per second, you do it here. Then you go back out, you go here, and you'll see that On the top it says 4K 60. So that's 4K recording at 60 frames per second on the video. And if I go back here, go to 1080p at 60, and if I go back to the app, you'll see it says high definition, which is 1080 at 60 frames per second. All right, so that's it. That's the iPhone 11. Now I'll have comparison videos with this one versus the iPhone XR, whether or not you should upgrade, what's the differences. So stay tuned for that. If you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. Drop them down below and I'll try to respond to you guys. For now, guys, have a fantastic day. This was a quick unboxing, initial setup, and a quick review of the actual phone. Alright, so if you found this video useful, make sure to subscribe to SAKITECH by clicking that button, and also click that bell icon on the side to make sure you get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you do use Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, you can follow me at SAKITECH Online to get the latest updates as well. Alright, have a fantastic day.